This got me thinking, and I want to share it with you guys. And I want your opinion, your honest opinion on this, to know if this is the right thing to do or not. So there is this image circulating online right now that has a lot of Black Americans angry and deeply offended. Not just Black Americans, Americans generally. And this image allegedly compares political figures, including Barack Obama, to a gorilla. Like, now, whether this was officially created, reposted, or manipulated, one thing is clear. Imaging like that carries pain, historical weight, and this imaging was posted during Black Americans History Months. What does that signal to you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Faith, and if this is your first time here, please do well to subscribe, like, and share this video. Credit goes to the original creators for every single clip used in this episode. We've got some more clips and conversation coming your way, so stay tuned. Let's chat.
On the 6th day of Black History Month, the president posted an extremely racist image of the Obamas, depicting them as monkeys. Let's talk about it. Now, my OG followers already know that if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes. If you're not following the Black Death Society, please make sure to do so. This is a space in which pop culture, politics, and money meet. Last night, the president went on a massive social media spree. In the span of 3 hours, he posted 60 posts. One of those posts included a depiction of the Obama's faces, Michelle and Barack Obama's faces, on the bodies of monkeys. In the 1-minute video that included depictions of the Obama at the end, the video focused on the 2020 election and once again focused on unsubstantiated claims that the election was stolen from the president. In the post, it shows the Obamas for a quick couple of seconds, and it shows them dancing. As I said before, their faces are on the bodies of monkeys and dancing to the song "In the Jungle, the Lion Sleeps Tonight." And to that, I want to say flat out and plainly, the president is racist. Full stop. There is no way that you can say that he is not racist. He is very racist and very intentional on what he is posting. He knows the reaction that he will get, and he does not care. I don't want to play this story small. I don't want it to be said that this is just Trump being Trump. Office of the president is supposed to be representative of everyone. These depictions of the Obamas are unacceptable, and they should not just be treated as a joke. We still have 1,079 days left in this administration, and I'm wondering, where do we go from here? Sound off in the comments. I want to hear from you. What do you think about this post from the president? Are you surprised? Or are you not surprised? Let me know. If you found value in this post, please make sure to like as well as share. And don't forget to follow the Black Death Society for your next daily brief.
This is the president. This is the president of the United States of America. When y'all say racism doesn't exist, racism. A long time ago. This is currently happening right now on Black History Month.
Look at what just happened, and don't treat this like just another internet drama. A video goes out under the president's own account. At the end, it shows Barack and Michelle Obama portrayed as apes. The backlash explodes, the post disappears, and now we're told no one gets fired, no discipline, nothing changes. Here's what worries me. Not just the image itself, but the message it sends to all of us watching. Because if something that big can go out from the top of our system, and the answer is basically move on, then what are the real rules anymore? Who's actually controlling the message that speaks to the country? Now, some people will say this proves Trump is crossing a line. Others will say it's just political theater and outrage culture. Both sides are yelling. But the real question is quieter. What happens when accountability stops being part of leadership and we slowly get used to it? So I'm curious what you think. Is this just another media storm, or is it a sign that the tone of our politics has permanently changed?
Trump asked about what does he say to Americans who were offended by the racist Obama monkey video that he posted. Trump goes, I don't know anything about it, and I don't have any kind of message.
Message to the many Americans who were offended by the video. What do you want to tell those Americans?
Message, I didn't know about it, so I mean, it went up. I really have no message. All I know is, here's my message, and our country has never been in a position like this. We were a laughing stock all over the world, and now we're a country that's respected more than we've ever been respected before. If you go back a year and a half ago, our country was a laughing stock, and now we're respected all over the world, like probably almost never before. I would say maybe like never before. And, you know, it's, if you look at from an economic standpoint, the King of Saudi Arabia said it, others said it, we were not a country that was even thought of as a country that was going to make it back. And in 1 year, we're the hottest country. We are right now the hottest country anywhere in the world. So that's my message.
This is politically brutal. This is brutal. We know that he doesn't know how to handle this because Republicans are even saying this is one of the worst mistakes that he has ever made. And the interesting kind of conflict here is you can't both be a leader who is fully in control of everything and someone who says, I didn't know about it, I wasn't involved in it, I didn't do it, even though it was posted under my name. You've got to pick one. But Trump always wants every side of every issue. Think back to 2015. What's your position on the issue of abortion? He goes, well, you got to punish the woman. Actually, we're not going to do that. Illegal, but some exceptions. You don't like his position today? Pick one tomorrow.
Just days ago, Donald Trump put a picture of your face on an ape's body. And so again, this is kind of, we've seen the de-evolution of the discourse. How do we come back from a place that we have fallen into?
Well, first of all, I think it's important to recognize that the majority of the American people find this behavior deeply troubling. It is true that it gets attention. It's true that it's a distraction. But, as I'm traveling around the country, as you're traveling around the country, you meet people. They still believe in decency, courtesy, kindness, and there's this sort of clown show that's happening in social media and on television, and what is true is that there doesn't seem to be any shame about this among people who used to feel like you had to have some sort of decorum and a sense of propriety and respect for the office, right? So that's been lost. But the reason I point out that I don't think the majority of the American people approve of this is because ultimately the answer is going to come from the American people. And we just saw this in Minnesota, in Minneapolis.
We're 6 days into Black History Month, and of course everyone knows that it's Bob Marley's birthday today. And I remember Bob Marley basically singing these lyrics in one of his songs. He says, "Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds." And I have to take a moment just to stop and think about that in depth, because it's really right and it's really true. People get enslaved first by their mind, and when the superiors or people that think that they're, the ones above, basically get you to start believing that, then you're basically a slave for forever. And that's how I feel about the people that are running up and down behind that man that's seated in power, the head honcho. Now, everyone saw the post that was made about the Obamas coming from the person that's in the top position right now. And when I tell you, I was so disgusted that they actually chose to do something like that during Black History Month. But I was even more disgusted by how he blatantly just decided that, okay, he's not gonna be apologizing for it. Coming from his own mouth, he's fine with it. And then to actually watch some of my own kinfolk, although they say not everybody that's your skinfolk is your kinfolk, and I'm definitely starting to see that, are basically once again justifying his actions, are basically once again in agreement with what it is that was said. And basically, once again, they just find it funny. You know, it's just one more thing to haha, kiki, laugh about. Now, it's one thing when the other side does it, but when you see people that are of my shade, my race, do it to your own selves, then it just clearly shows that, yeah, mentally, most of us are still acting like just a bunch of slaves running around on a plantation. You know, this one wants to make sure that they're connected to massa, and that massa knows that they should be the favorite, you know, house slave. And then they don't care about the slaves that are in the fields, because why should they? They're in the big house now. And that's how some of your favorite celebrities are also looking. That's exactly how some of your favorite celebrities are looking. Very disappointing. I just want to say that if it was the Obamas who did it, they would have had to issue an instant public apology. They would have had to be trying to make amends. They couldn't even think or dare to say or do something like that publicly. And if it was like a normal random person like myself who did it, people would have been on the person's social media accounts, finding where it is that the person worked, doing everything to get that person fired. Everything under the sun to get that person fired. They would have been trolling on that person's page, how much the person is the big R word. But I guess because it's the head honcho, his page, it makes it okay. But I'm fully cognizant of the fact that there's just going to be some people that are always going to be okay with whatever it is that that man does. Everything is fine by them. It's all right. As long as they feel like it does not directly affect them, they're going to forever be okay with it. It's clear as day. No matter how disgusting and reprehensible the act is, or whatever it is that he instigates next, there's just going to be people that are going to be okay with it.
And let me just say this too. Trump must have forgot that white people don't play about Obama. He must have forgot all them yes we cans wasn't just us. They was out there in droves, baby. In 2008, white people couldn't get enough of the Obama. So you coming for Michelle, they girl? You coming for Obama, they guy? Now you really have screwed the pooch, my guy. Thought it was sweet. But come November, you might as well go on and get your U-Haul ready. Go on and get your movers, whoever you need to call, because it's over with, my boy. This is the nail in the coffin. I know you thought you was trying to distract us from the Epstein files. I know you thought this was gonna get us off your back, but really, you played yourself. Not only are you going down, but you're going out. It's over. Put your shoes and your coat on and close the door behind you.
He really insulted Black people when...
Oh, by putting, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama's faces on gorillas and posting it to his social media platform, Truth Social. I hadn't even seen it because this may shock you. I'm not on Truth Social. So I don't.
Neither am I.
Screen grabbed it because
Yes.
he eventually, or somebody eventually, took it down. And when he was questioned about it, he was like, he never backtracked. He never apologized. At first, he said like a staffer posted it, and then that was kind of it. He just kind of let that ride too. But he never. But I don't even think you can apologize for it. Like it's
Well,
not.
I mean,
It's very
come on.
overt. Yeah.
Who has the time to do that as president of the most powerful country in the world? And he does it all the time. And so not only were we insulted, but we also really have to just ignore that kind of attack on us as a people. And particularly the Obamas have decided not to comment, at least by the time we are taping this. They haven't said anything because they're not even going to, I think about this because they know who they're dealing with. our president has shown what his character is. He has shown how he feels about not just Black people, but all people of color. And
I think one of the one of the comments that I saw, they were like, "Can we go low now?" You know, like, all of this go high, high. They're like, "No, now it's time to like get down to the gutter."
I'm actually proud of a lot of the Republicans that I've seen come out and verbally say, this is actually quite disgusting. But I do have a little pushback. Why is it now that this was the straw that broke the camel's back for many people in your party? Trump has shown that he's been a racist for a very long time.
I don't know if it was or is the straw that broke the camel's back. I think it's more of when we sit back and look at it from the angle of we can physically sit, because let's be honest about social media. A lot of things you can't actually track back. Now, we can say it, and yes, there has been things that have been proven, but with this was like, because I've seen things that have been posted, and they say that it came from some account 6656 or some kind of different things that's out there. And so I think a lot of people saying, okay, well, was that really from him? Did it come from somewhere else? Did it go? And I think that's what people struggle with, because it's often like, okay, is this just outrage? Is this just the liberals trying to bait us?
Can we not waste time sitting around acting surprised that Trump posted a video of the Obamas' heads on gorilla bodies? Can we not act shocked that he did that? Because it's not shocking at all. He posted that on his Truth Social after telling us all that it's time we move on from the Epstein files. That's why he posted it. He does not want us talking about the Epstein files. And also, he posted it because he wants us all in comment sections and standing around the cooler at work today talking about and debating whether or not the Obamas and Black Americans are in 2026. He wants to take us to that age-old debate that I thought we left behind in 1912, which I'm fully aware as somebody who was raised in deep red East Texas, that debate has been going on ever since, all the way up to this point. But not because that conversation was initiated by the President of the United States. So let's not be shocked that he did this. It is very on brand for him to want to turn our attention away from the fact that he's in the files over 30,000 times. And he wants us talking about the Obamas being on gorilla bodies.
See, it's shit like this that when people tell me that the president not racist, this is exactly the kind of shit that I turn to. It's like, you mean to tell me that the president take Michelle Obama and Barack Obama and put their face on a monkey suit, gorilla suit, monkey suit, either or. Now, since then, the president has taken this down, and I think the only reason that he took it down is because they tried to make it like he was saying, oh, I'm the king of the jungle and so and so and so or whatever. But at the same time, under the post, all of MAGA started commenting, like basically letting him know, like, we know there's some racist shit, saying stuff like, oh, yeah, they need to go swing from a tree. So that's not making sense to me at all, to try to make it like you was trying to say, oh, you the king of the jungle, but then you take Barack Obama and Michelle Obama and put them in a monkey suit. And then the White House say, this is from an internet meme video depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King. Please stop the fake outrage and report on something today that actually matter to the American public. Caroline. That's bullshit, and they know it. Y'all drop a comment. Let me know what y'all think about this bullshit.
Oh, yo, this is hilarious. Just to show you guys that, bro, he's trolling you guys. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know every little thing about politics, government, whatnot. But I know for a fact that anyone in Congress, anyone in the government, they do not care about you individually as a person. They don't care about the money. All they want is power over you. Because when you're that high, when you have that much money, nothing matters but the power at that. It's all a joke, bro. Everything. It's all a joke. Yes, market manipulation is real. Yes, you can profit off of it. Yes, he's profiting off of it too. Gang, all you gotta do is think a little higher than the 99% and you can profit off of that. This is genuinely hilarious.
This afternoon, the President of the United States put out a post that depicted Barack and Michelle Obama as apes. Bernie Sanders called it racist. Nancy Pelosi called it racist. And the only black Republican senator in Congress, Tim Scott, called it the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House. You know you're in trouble when your response to people linking you to a pedophile is to get them to call you a racist. Because that's what this was, a racist post put out by the White House. After initially calling it fake outrage, the White House eventually took down the post after 14 hours and said it was erroneously put up by a staffer. Not surprisingly, though, they have yet to apologise.
The thing I think about this stuff is, obviously we're talking about Keir Starmer at the moment. We're talking about, like, you know, the threat to whether he should still be Prime Minister because of putting Peter Mandelson in his job. And we're talking about, where, you know, that's the rhetoric that's coming out at the moment. If number 10 put out something like that, he's gone by the time we're on it. He's absolutely gone. And, like, people keep saying with Trump, it's like, how long can he keep, how far can he keep pushing it? And to me, like, I didn't even see that, like, something like that. Yeah. And it's quite scary to think that, actually, I worry that there isn't a limit.
No, there isn't.
Barack Obama has finally addressed the monkey video that Donald Trump posted of him and Michelle Obama. And I trust you, Barack Obama, former President Barack Obama. I trust you. Always have, always will trust in your leadership. But are you sure on this one? Because during that conversation, Barack Obama stated that when he is traveling, he meets people of different beliefs, and they still believe in decency and they still believe in morale, and that a lot of people acknowledge the clown act that's going on in this administration in the White House, and that is not what they represent. And it's just like, are you sure? Are you sure? Because we were ready to ride at Dawn. Not even ride at Dawn, ride right now. Like, they playing with you. We're tired of seeing it. We're tired of seeing it. And if Barack Obama is saying to stand down, I'm going to listen to you. Like I said, gotta trust your leadership. Always have, always will. But I don't know how much more I can take.
So I woke up to all this morning. And yes, I know this took place yesterday. And I was avoiding talking about this topic until today. For those of you who don't know, the President of the United States went on Truth Social and posted a video, and part of that video depicted Michelle and Barack Obama as primates. And the reason why I was waiting to say something about this was because I wanted to see what the White House response was going to be to the backlash. But instead of apologizing, the White House has doubled down. And I tried to avoid politics as much as I can on this channel. But it's hard to stay silent when you see things like this. A president must act presidential. They have to be a great unifier, not a great divider. You wonder why there's so much division in America today. And people are going to point fingers, right? They're going to say, oh, it's the Democrats. It's the leftists. But just like in sports, if a team doesn't do well, who's the first to get fired? The coach. Everybody looks at the coach. And whether we like it or not, the President of the United States is our representative to the world. A president has to build bridges, not burn them. They have to take accountability for their actions and hold others accountable. And when someone disagrees with you, you don't point fingers and make fun of them. You convince them to see your side. And if they don't see your side, you walk away. A president of the United States has to act with some level of decorum and dignity. They are to preserve, protect, defend the rights of all Americans, not just the ones who voted for you. Guaranteeing us inalienable rights, not stripping away rights of Americans. And it's okay to have disagreements with others. It's okay to have disagreements with your predecessors. But instead of constantly poke fun and make fun of those who came before you, if you think that they did a terrible job, try to fix it. A president must learn to let things go. They must have a thick skin. Learn to take criticism. Learn to take criticism without criticizing back. Because that's what young children do, not grown adults. But most importantly, a president of the United States is the president of all Americans, not just one side.
For centuries, black people were dehumanized through comparison of apes and animal. That wasn't random. That wasn't harmless. That was used to justify racism, discrimination, and inequality. So when something like this resurfaces in modern politics, people aren't just reacting to a pictures, they are reacting to history. And that's why many Black Americans are furious. They are angry. This isn't about being too sensitive. This isn't about political party loyalty. It's about dignity. It's about respect. It's about leadership. If someone in power has anything to do with promoting or normalizing imagery like that, you have to ask, what message does this pass? Who does that empower? Leadership should unite, not divide. Leadership should elevate, not degrade. And that's why this conversation matters. At the end of the day, this isn't about attacking one political side. It's about standard. It's about asking whether our leaders, no matter who they are setting the right tune for the country. Black Americans have every right to feel upset when imagery tied to centuries of dehumanization resurface in political space. Those feelings are valid. History doesn't just disappear because time passes. We can disagree about policies. We can disagree about policies. We can debate about economies. We can argue about election. But basic human dignity should never be for updates. If you believe leadership should reflect, respect, accountability, and awareness of history, then say that clearly. You don't move forward as a country by normalizing harmful symbolism. We move forward by demanding better. If this conversation made you think, go ahead to hit that like button. Share this video so that more people can engage in this conversation. If you want more real, honest conversation like this, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Drop your thoughts below respectfully. See you in my next video.